The blood-soaked fields of Italy, once a land of art and culture, now lay scorched and desolate. The year was 1527, and the city of Rome was in ruins. The once mighty Roman Empire had fallen centuries ago, but the city that bore its name still stood as a symbol of power and beauty. Now it was a shadow of its former self, its streets filled with the bodies of the dead and the cries of the dying. This was the work of the armies of Charles V, the Holy Roman Emperor, who had sacked the city in a brutal display of military might. But this was not an isolated event. It was part of a series of conflicts known as the Italian Wars, which raged from 1494 to 1559, reshaping the face of European warfare forever. The wars were a melting pot of military innovation, where the old ways of fighting gave way to new strategies and tactics. In the midst of this chaos, a man named Niccolò Machiavelli watched and wrote. Machiavelli was not a soldier, but a diplomat and a thinker. He saw the changes unfolding around him and recorded them with a clarity that would make his writings last for centuries. His words were urgent and relevant, shocking his contemporaries and leaving a lasting impact. Machiavelli understood that the nature of war was changing, even if he couldn't fully explain how. The Italian wars were different from the battles of the past. They were larger, more permanent, and more brutal. Armies were no longer small, temporary forces raised for a single campaign. They were massive, well-trained, and always ready for battle. This shift in scale brought with it new challenges and opportunities. The French, with their heavy cavalry and massed pike infantry, emphasized the crushing blow and the set-piece battle. They believed in the power of a single, decisive engagement that could end a war in a day. The Italians, on the other hand, favored smaller, more mixed armies. They preferred a war of attrition, where strategy and maneuver were more important than brute force. The Spaniards, who emerged as the ultimate victors, combined the best of both approaches. They created a military machine that was both powerful and flexible, capable of adapting to any situation. The Italian wars were a crucible where old ideas were tested and new ones forged. The ingredients for this transformation were not new, but the heat and intensity of the conflict brought them to a boiling point. Italy, the birthplace of the Renaissance, contributed significantly to the development of these new military strategies, even as it suffered the most from the wars. As the smoke cleared and the dust settled, the world of warfare would never be the same. The lessons learned in the fields of Italy would shape the future of military tactics and strategy, influencing wars for generations to come. But for now, the land lay in ruins, and the people were left to pick up the pieces.